Well, staying in Israel, the recent government decision to compel all Israelis returning to the country to quarantine in state-run hotels is likely to be revoked now, following loud public criticism from a number of senior officials and multiple clashes caught on camera now between those forced into the facilities and the security teams running them. Now, amid fears of a new, more contagious strain emerging, the coronavirus cabinet last week voted to require a 14-day stay in the hotels, which can be reduced to 10 days with 2 negative coronavirus tests. Additionally, all foreign nationals are currently banned from entering the country. And we're joined by Dani Lambiase, an Israeli from London who's currently in quarantine hotel here. Thanks for giving us a little of your time here. First of all, I want to hear about your experience. These hotels have come to be characterized, at least publicly, by no food or poor food, a lack of basic amenities, and now clashes at the front door with security. How's it been for you there?
Yeah, I mean, it's been difficult. I came here 8 days ago now, and it feels like a lifetime. I haven't been allowed out my room whatsoever. Anyone you ask doesn't have any answers. The food is horrendous. I mean, I've been really lucky. People have been sending me things, but it really is so awful. It's just like bathed in oil. And even today, people are still protesting.
Now, tell us a bit about your story. When did you learn that you would be headed to a quarantine hotel? While you were abroad, or was this something you took into account before you left?
No, I had no idea. I hadn't been to London for a year. I went to go and see my family, and I was meant to be there for over 2 weeks. And after 48 hours, I heard about this new strain of the virus. They started closing things in London. And then obviously the news of the Corona hotels came out, and I just started freaking out because I heard that I was going to be able to come back to Israel if they closed the borders, and maybe they were going to stop flights. So I really came with absolutely no knowledge of what was going on. But I just hopped on a plane and kind of hoped for the best. I heard that some people had gotten out of it and stuff. And I got here, no one explained anything. They took us to a terminal with like all the South African flights. And we went straight from the terminal onto a bus to Jerusalem for some reason, even though I live in Tel Aviv. I tried to get into Tel Aviv, but it didn't really work for me. Came here and I got a document, pages long, all in Hebrew. My Hebrew is not so great. And still, I really haven't got any answers. Yesterday was kind of a breaking point where I think a lot of people were trying to leave.
From what you know, I mean, along those lines, do you know what's going on with the other guests in the hotel right now? Or do you have any contact with them? Or do you know about people that are perhaps turning up positive with the coronavirus? As you mentioned, leaving. What kind of information flow or contact do you have with anything going on outside your room?
So with the other people in the hotel, I hadn't really seen anyone until yesterday when I was in my room and I heard all this commotion, and I just kind of ran downstairs to see what was going on. And people were going crazy. I mean, there was a woman shouting at the police saying that she needed insulin and she didn't get it for 3 days. And like, it was a nightmare for her. And the police are just like, it's not our fault, it's the health ministry. But we now have a WhatsApp group where they're kind of planning to do other things to try and get out sooner rather than later. But yeah, everyone I spoke to said that they've been negative. So there's really no reason for us to be here.
Well, we hope it'll be a short stay for you there, Dani Lambiase. Thanks for joining us and giving us a glimpse of these quarantine hotels right now.
Thank you.
Now, Israel is